Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome to Everyday Faith Day 1. That's right, it's a new month, a new journey, and I'm excited to welcome my wife, Rachel. I know some of y'all have seen her and know of her, but she's, number one, a very important part of my life. Number two, I've asked her to kind of take the lead this month in the Everyday Faith devotionals, simply because it's a topic that I'm not great at understanding. Is that a good way to put it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't quite understand anxiety that well. And Rachel said,
I'm actually a professional.
She's a professional anxietist, if you will. So I asked her, I said, will you step up and just do a lot more than I will this month? Because I'd rather have her speak to you guys and with you guys. That being said, I ask this every month, but more than ever, we need the community to step up. You know, if you go through your devotion and you see a day that speaks to you, please reach out to me, Brandon@faithbox.com. Say, Brandon, I'd love to do this day and this day and this day. As many days as you guys want to do to take the work off of Rachel. Not that it's work, but we want to hear from you guys. I've already seen people talk about how this is a great topic for them and they're excited about this topic because they struggle with it. So let's hear from you guys and what y'all do to deal with it. And really this community can grow together through this month. So that being said, we're going to talk about anxiety. I'm going to read the page 1 that we always read that kind of gives y'all the synopsis of what we're going to go through. Rachel's going to do day 1, and then excited to see where this month takes us. So, anxiety. It's the elephant in the room that nobody wants to acknowledge. But the truth is, anxiety is a major issue for a lot of people. Nearly 1 in 5 adult Americans, close to 44 million adults, struggle with some type of anxiety disorder, and even more wrestle with anxious thoughts. And those figures only seem to be increasing. Fortunately, through advancements in modern medicine and the professional help of doctors, therapists, and others, many people are able to get the help they need to overcome their anxiety. But as a Christian and a person of faith, what are you to do when you feel anxious or struggle with an actual anxiety disorder? Is God mad at you? Is he disappointed that you don't have enough faith? Does he expect you to pray it away without any outside help? Of course, the answer to each of those questions is a resounding no. God is not mad, he is not disappointed, he does not expect anxiety to just disappear. One of the most prominent figures in the entire Bible was someone who struggled with severe bouts of anxiety. Though it may be a surprise to you, King David was no stranger to anxiety. In fact, many of the Psalms he wrote concentrated on feelings associated with anxiety, such as fear, worry, doubt, stress, uncertainty, and even paranoia. Yet despite David's struggles, God was welcoming, encouraging, and supportive of him. This month's Everyday Faith is both a journey through anxiety and a journey with David. We'll work through the Psalms he penned nearly 3,000 years ago to discover a spiritual process to finding peace, hope, and comfort amidst our own anxieties. Whether anxiety is something you are currently struggling with, have struggled with, or never struggled with, we're on this journey together with you, and together we will overcome this. So, I'm going to ask Rachel to do day 1.
Yeah, and so I have lived with anxiety for all of my adultness.
Adult life, yeah.
I think I was diagnosed when I was, technically I was clinically diagnosed when I was probably about 22, 23. But I think that looking back even into my early childhood, I had a lot of issues with anxiety. So it is something that I have battled with, and it is something that I'm not going to say that I've conquered. I don't know if I ever will conquer it, but I definitely am in a lot better place than I was, and it is truly a day-to-day kind of struggle for me. So I'm going to be vulnerable a lot this month, so I just ask for you all to come on this journey with me and let me be vulnerable. And yeah, so I'm going to do day 1.
Awesome, good.
So day 1 is Psalm 139:23. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. And just like the intro just said, this is King David who is speaking this. And there's a couple things that I really want you to take away from this. Number 1 is anxiety it can happen to anybody. Just because Brandon's not dealing with it at the moment, and he's never dealt with it his whole life, something could happen tomorrow and he would be anxious. It is not something that anyone is safe from. Clearly, King David had a lot to do with anxiety. And another thing is too, do not feel separated from God when you're anxious. This is one of my biggest things I think when I was first dealing a lot with anxiety and with being a Christian, I felt like anxiety sometimes was a sin, and the you know, how it talked about, you know, being a Christian, am I not praying hard enough? Am I not, you know, speaking to God? Like you kind of get in that like cycle, that anxiety cycle. And so I think there were a lot of times where I felt separated from God because of my anxiety. But this is when you need to pull out this verse and you need to talk directly to him, because it's search me, O God, and know my heart, test me and know my anxious thoughts. Invite him into that place. You shouldn't feel separated from him. You should feel closer to him during your anxiety. And I'm just glad that that's where we're starting this month. It's huge because there's going to be times, there's going to be days that we're going to, you know, it's not going to feel so good. It might feel a little yucky. And I just always think we should come back to this verse and just invite God into those thoughts. So
I love that. That is a great starting point, and that verse will be something I'm sure Rachel and the community and myself, you guys can't get rid of me that easy, but we'll go back to and reflect on, because it is a great verse. So guys, be blessed. Have an incredible day. Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go on this journey with her and y'all this month, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.